What is going on, you dead set legends? Welcome to the Arm Wrestling call-in show. I am literally just dropping the link and pinning it. Replace pin message. There we go. So anyone that wants to call in, this is a call-in show, but holy shit, I go to bed and the arm wrestling world's ready to blow up, and then I'll wake up and it is going nuts. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the call-in show. Welcome to the Ready Bang! Get on the old blower, the old two-way. You got a chance to have a call, jump in, and have a chat with the Aussie arm wrestler. You know, sometimes no one calls, and sometimes heaps of people call. So yeah, but we'll just monitor if anyone comes on the show. All you got to do is click the link. If you're having trouble, copy and paste it into your browser. But I'm your host, the Aussie arm wrestler, and as always, your 2019 Melbourne Cup left arm, 80 to 95 kilo, third place amateur. The most sought after trophy in the arm wrestling world. Give us a Ready Bang. I want to talk about everything that is Devon, Monster Michael Todd, Jerry Cataret, and of course I will chuck in a bit of a Tali in there as well. Right, who's in the chat? So there's the call-in link. It's pinned at the top of the comments. You can ask me a question about just about anything. Ex-Monster, if there's something strange in your neighborhood, get in there. Also, hey, let me just chuck this up. We're at like 300 plus, 330 superstars. So if you're watching this later, please keep an eye because I have to individually put every single name in. So if I have missed your name, please give us a shout out and go, Aussie Arm Wrestler, what is going on? Please help. Please help. But thank you to Niagara Slammers. He's done about 150 memberships in the last few days. And then Mr. Percolate 80 dropped 50 memberships on the same day. So, mate, it is happening, as you can see there. It's still going. The names are still going. So please just make sure if your name's there, I appreciate each and every one of you. It is my job now to ensure that you all stay. That is my job now. But you're going to get some good behind-the-scenes action at King of the Table. So stay tuned for that. If you've jumped in, hit the like button. Who is here? Brian is in the chat. Says, Ready Bang. Sasquatch Aussie for league president. Which league? Shit, I'll be president of them all. Swisher Sweet says, yes, been so long. It has been long since my last call-in show. So hopefully people call in. If not, I am happy to talk about everything. So what have we got? GA says, strange though, because Monster Michael Todd has repeatedly said he would arm wrestle anyone who would challenge him anytime, anywhere. I know, and things change, you know, in a bit of defense for Michael. He's on his quest for the 100. That's a bit more important at the moment. So if he's booked for a tournament, you know, that's going to be his priority. I'm sure he'll pull Devon. But I think a big-time promotion, maybe a WAL comeback, maybe a King of the Table, maybe a Monster Factory. They get it signed for later on in the year. Who knows? Not my monkeys, not my circus. Not quite drunk enough to call in. Not yet. Okay, I shall wait. Grandpa Dale, do they have Craigslist in Australia? No, we don't have a Craigslist. We probably do. I don't know. I remember Craigslist when I spent a week in Canada. Keithy in the chat says, evening, Jake. Thanks for the live show. No worries. And I got a live show the next 2 days as well. Ryan Bowen and Todd Zilla are coming on the show tomorrow. And then I've got the guys who are running AWE coming on the show. EC, sup, guys? Bang, bang. Says Alex McDonald. I just ate for the first time today. More beer, please, says Jim Bob. He kissed his trophy and the left handle fell off. So often the left handle fell off. No, it broke when my bags got lost traveling to England. I thought I lost the trophy. The handle's on the floor. Yeah, we're going to talk about that phone call. Brilliant. Dengen in the chat. What's going on? Dengen, ready bang, Jake. School lady boy. He's awesome. What's up, says Wilkie. The old jalopy backfires and goes ready bang. Kyle Queen, we had 130 members. And I think Niagara bought like 100 yesterday. No, he bought 75. Mr. Percolate 80 bought 50. And a couple just signed up. Red Hot Chili Peppers says Amber Alert has been lifted. Jerry has been located. Lane is in the chat. How you going, Lane? MT is so fragile. I actually worry about my man. Flatballs 2094 is in the chat. Procrastinator is in there. Devon Pin, Monster Muggles on 6-0 over the phone. Arm Sports Entertainment, book that match. Timmy, book that match. If you don't know who this guy is, he's the referee at King of the Table with Bill Collins. He was at the last King of the Table. My man, Arm Sports Entertainment. And Tim, I'm allowed in your country in the after May 11th. Have I said hi to everyone? What else have we got? Is Foster's the Australia's lager of choice? No, Dave. We all hate it. Foster's is garbage. Hank Jones. No, Michael doesn't duck elites. At all. Who needs a win more in their next match? I don't think either. I'd probably go Matt Mask, but I don't think either because for me, I think they're both awesome for your card. Benji Mack is here. What's up? And OG working, but stopping by. Ready bang, Atlantis IRL. Hopefully Devon goes full trolling and enters same event as the delusional Michael Todd, the DMTs. Oh, it's a shame. I love Monster Michael Todd. Glad to see we're making Jake rich. Well, I get about $2 a month so I get 50 cents a week from every membership. So, but you guys are allowing me to continue to live this dream. Is Jerry okay? Hey, Aussie. David Mars in the chat, ready bang, 113. Everyone's in there. Yeah, the Ryan and Todd podcast will be fun tomorrow. Oh, that would be heaps of fun. You'll be 100% coming to Washington State Championships. December 2 live show with Uncle John, Jody Williams, and Adam. Get them all off. Just let me run the show, Timmy. I do love all four of those guys. Devon's forearm is in the chat. Ready? Hello. Grandpa Dale. Okay. Anthony Bartolota. I think I got it more fluently. Is the Devon Michael Jerry controversy all contrived or organic? So, look, that's for the next few weeks. That's what Devon's always going to cop, considering what happened at Arm Wars. So, I am always going to go with an open mind and think this is just hilarious and all real and things like that. So that's the way I'm going to go at it. Also, guys, if you want to join in, if you just want to be on the call for 5 minutes, ask me a couple of questions or just even say g'day. The link is at the top of the comments. If you just want to ring up and say, hey, I'm so-and-so in the chat, just wanted to ask you a question. Doesn't cost anything. I am living the dream. You have no idea. I get to fly around the world once a month, make videos, and hang out with you guys. It's brilliant. Brian, watch your mouth. I want to see it. I definitely want to see it. Of course, there's other matches I'd like them both to have first, but always, it's a good rivalry. Okay, so we've got our first. I'll see if the video comes up. Anthony, are you there? Anthony, you got to sort out your video. You got to sort out your video. I'll wait to see if you... Oh, hang on. Oh, no. What's going on with your Wi-Fi, Anthony? We'll see if you can... He's gone for a walk. I don't know if he's in the middle of nowhere. We can't hear you, Anthony. You've just frozen. I don't know if Anthony can hear us. If someone in the chat, yeah, see how it's like jumping a bit? Oh, no. Well, this is what happens with live TV, ladies and gentlemen. Anthony, you might need to hop out and hop back in. Doesn't seem to be working, my man. If people can message that. No, I might have to remove him and see if it changes. Couple of quick questions. Montana Armwrestling is in the chat. Guys, they just released the Todd Hutchings, Ben Brooks matchup. So go to Montana Armwrestling and check that out. Looked like a really cool bar, Montana Armwrestling. Looked like a really cool bar. I might just... Anthony, if you're listening, yeah, he's gone. Hopefully he'll come back. Maybe, probably, if I were guessing, probably. Probably should have told him, but then we wouldn't have got the awesome stuff. Todd and Alex Lovechild, thank you very much for the super chat. He says, Devon is going too far with Monster Michael Todd, in my opinion. Starting to get ugly, no need. There were bits in that call that got a bit awkward, didn't it? A little bit awkward. I was a bit like, yeah. And then he hung up, said, don't ever call me again. It was different. It was different. Ready Bang from Jonathan Peach. Guys, if you can, call in if you want to call in, but have good Wi-Fi, obviously. If you don't want to call in, then we'll keep chatting. RVJ is still alive. He's just off doing other stuff than arm wrestling. Anthony's just frozen by your beauty. Oh, I've got a problem to pick. The problem is, I know you want to see Ben Brooks because he's the strongest guy in Montana, but hopefully he can continue to build his profile, or you guys pay for Ryan to come over and the Aussie arm wrestler, because that bar looked cool. I would love to have a beer there wherever you were at. What else we got? Okay, someone else is trying to call in. Let's see if their device will work. Let's try this one. Have a beer there. Jim Bob. Nope, Jim Bob's gone. 0 for 2. 0 for 2. What did you guys think about the call? What did you guys think about the call? So people are asking what's nasty about the call. I thought it was just getting a little bit awkward. See, it gave me the impression that they're not friends. I thought they were friends. So, and then the way they were a bit like, so just checking some things. Hit the like button, you Dead Set Legends, if you can. Like my man Dan says. Devin's forearm. I loved every second of that call. Well, Jim Bob came on the show. So I thought they were friends. I know Devin loves to stir the pot and shit stir and everything like that. The link, Jim Bob, repost link. Okay. I mean, it's at the top of the comments, but I'll repost it. Try again, the StreamYard one. Yeah, so how do you call Aussie? Click the link, JR. You've done this before. Click the link. Devin surprised him and put a personal call on YouTube. I do wonder if Devin asked. Probably not. But oh well. But they're two big, grown, strong men. I don't think Michael's bothered at all that the calls come on. I don't think so. All right, let's try again. See if the video pops up. The calls come on. All right, we'll try now. Jim Bob.
Ozzy, what's going on, buddy?
How are you, mate? Welcome to the show.
I got a broken tooth drinking with a fucking tooth infection, so I'm on the White Claws tonight. Can't do the beers.
So why, how'd you break your tooth?
Hard candy. Sucker. Listen. All I want to say is I'm a huge Devin Larratt fan, but what I saw today on that phone call was a very intentional digging into MMT, who he knows is not as strong mentally, right? Yeah. And it gave me more of a bully vibe as opposed to like a nice, honest, competitive vibe, which I just didn't like it. You know what I mean? Maybe feel weird. Like you were saying, you just feel weird.
Did you see it as a bullying move?
Well, when you blindside MMT, who you already know has the skin of like a jellyfish, do you know what I mean? And you blindside him out of nowhere on a YouTube call and intentionally, you know, you're ultimately hostile to him. It's like, oh man, it just seemed more like a bully tactic than an actual like honest sportsman move. Do you know what I mean?
Well, it wasn't I understand like just ringing, like he's just ringing. I thought it was pretty cool, but like it wasn't live. The video wasn't live.
Yeah, I know it wasn't live.
I'm sure something's gone on behind the scenes.
I would love to know if Michael Todd gave permission to post that before the actual posting happened.
Yeah, so that would be interesting. Just quickly, Niagara Slammers is back at it again. He's just given out another 5 memberships.
Hey, Niagara, hit me up.
Mate, so what happens is he randomly selects YouTube randomly selects.
We see those on the table, boys. You're in trouble.
So, like, I kind of get what you're saying, but when they're both like,
well, keep in mind, I love the drama, so I'm not like opposed to it. This is more of like a if I was psychoanalyzing the situation. You know what I mean? From more of a mental health standpoint as opposed to like a sports. I love the fucking calling out, right? But every time I look at Michael Todd, and he's always right about to cry. Do you know what I mean? And eventually you just feel bad.
If I were to play devil's advocate, Michael has degraded their last match, their last win a lot. If that makes sense.
Oh yeah. Well, he strapped it up to the back of his car and he just drags it around through the mud. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like, fuck, dude.
That's it. Yeah, but it was. I didn't mind it. I thought them two have been professional athletes in this sport for years and years. I think when Devin calls, you kind of know what you're getting. Like, if you're phone rings and it's Devin.
Do you remember the lead up to the Michael and Devin match? Michael was basically fanboying Devin 3 weeks before they actually went to fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you could see that. He's like, no, I love this guy. He's like a superhero. I don't want to go beat Captain America. Do you know what I mean? Or Captain Canada, I suppose. And then and now he had somebody that he like revered as a superhuman arm wrestling, and now all of a sudden that person is like shitting on him every fucking day. You know what I mean? I just feel bad about it. I feel bad for MMT. You know what I mean? But I also don't like. I feel like MMT and Rebecca, they're so focused on creating like an online YouTube. Do you know what I mean? That it sucks half of his energy out of him, and that's why he's not winning matches, because he's not focused on just slamming motherfuckers. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
he's focused on, you know, he wants to hang out with Thor and Eddie Hall and Brian Shaw, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, Michael
he would much rather be a YouTuber than an arm wrestler.
Yeah, Michael doesn't really need arm wrestling anymore. He's building. his empire and things like that. But
well, exactly. Well, and I totally agree with you. But he continues on like, oh, this is the new, MMT 8.0 that the meme is. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But
Well,
anyways, Ozzy, I'm gonna let you go, buddy. Have a good night, man.
You're a super. Hey, Jim Bob, thanks for the support. Thanks for calling in, my man. Thank you so much. Whereabouts are you from?
Ontario, Canada. I'm like 3 hours away from Devin's place.
Nice. I'll hopefully be in Canada later on this year.
I'll see you when you come down, buddy. Take care, man.
Awesome, mate. Speak to you soon.
See you, buddy.
JR, you're on the line. What's going on? JR Williams, where are you, buddy? Hey, Jim Bob was awesome. Jim Bob came in hard with a question. Thank you, Jim Bob. That was awesome. JR. Nope. Okay. Niagara Slammers with the super chat. He's giving out memberships and the super chat. This guy's a dead set legend. He says, everyone, please hit the like button and leave a comment. Helps the algorithm bring in new viewers. And if you're in a live with Niagara Slammers, you've got a chance of becoming a member. You've got a chance of becoming a member because this guy's given 160, I think, just in the last week. Thank you very much, Niagara Slammers. NWUK1. Here we go. Big Dino.
How you doing, Ozzy? You all right?
I am up and about, my man. Just loving life. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. I'm good. I just thought I'd call in, say hello. Nice to chat to you. And I just had a quick question, if that's all right.
Yeah.
What is more awkward, Devon calling Michael Todd or Paul Italia throwing Jerry under the bus and offering 10 grand?
Oh, the chat better start answering this question. What one was more awkward? I would probably say the Devon call based on the response. Oh, wow. Hang on. Bloody hell, Dino. Okay. What would be more awkward? Because you're supposed to be good buddies with someone. So you put the money, the challenge, and everything out there. And in the internet world, as you know, Dean, 24, 48 hours is 10 weeks. Why haven't you responded in 10 weeks? So that's more, that could go under more miscommunication. The way the friendly banter turned, I wouldn't say it turned nasty with the Monster Michael Todd call. I wouldn't say it turned nasty. But yeah, I probably felt more awkward during the phone call. But
yeah,
that could be I have a more personal relationship with Devon and Michael Todd. I've got a great relationship with Jerry and probably only spoken to Paul Italia once. So I was a bit like, probably I had a more personal investment on the phone call. But let's see what the chat say because what did you think? Answer your own question, Dino.
So I think it's brilliant what Paul Italia did. However, I think it looked Michael didn't say no to a match with Devon, whereas the deathly silence from Jerry doesn't look great for him. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's brilliant, to be honest with you, for the sport. I'm a massive fan of all the characters involved. So it's always good to get a bit of arm wrestling drama. It's always nice to watch.
It's brilliant. People want to know where your accent's from.
I'm just outside Liverpool.
Scouser. Scouser. Okay, so people saying Jerry's call out from Digging It was a bit more awkward. What else have we got? Everyone's in the chat. Jerry's thing is super awkward. Yeah, I think the only thing, a part of me, and I've actually felt a little bit bad for Paul because he's run events before and wants to be in the, when you're talking King of the Table and you're talking East versus West, Monster Factory, he wants to be in that upper echelon of promoters and things like that. So when he thought he had a slam dunk, as in, oh, yeah, well, I'll throw out 10K. Jerry will accept. Of course, Devin will accept and we'll be able to make it. And then out of nowhere, Shaq just comes and swats it away at the ring with the non-reply. So
he's definitely putting his money where his mouth is. Fair dues, fair play to him. You gotta give him props.
Oh, he's trying to make things happen, and that works. I think he offered $5,000 to the winner. So where I think Paul needs to just get in contact, my advice, guys won't pull for free.
Yeah.
So you'll have to chat with them and say, hey, I'll give you 10 for turning up and 10. Because Travis isn't pulling for the case of maybe winning.
Yeah, let's be honest as well. If I'm Travis and I've seen you've offered Jerry Carteret $10,000 to pull. I'm not going to accept $5,000. I'm going to be accepting. I want 5 times what Jerry's getting. I think Travis is raw. So
and especially when you're going against Devin, who's the number 1 draw at the moment. In the country, Dino. I think it's brilliant. A lot of people I think are saying the phone call was more awkward here in the chat. It's definitely a tough one, and I before you go, I'll tell you the link's there. I want to poll it, but I don't know if it'll come up on everyone's thing. No, that's all right. I'll poll it. Definitely ask me to poll it on another show.
Will do.
Because you're always in the chat, and I always appreciate the support.
Appreciate you having me on, Ozzy. I'll catch you with you soon. Thanks very much.
Anytime, Dino. You're a dead set, mate. Thank you.
Bye.
Guys, 152 people in the chat. Let's get the likes going. And have we got my man on the line? J.R. Williams! On your 9th attempt. You've made it, my man.
What's up, Aussie?
How are you, buddy?
Just working out a little bit.
So
want to see something cool?
I do. As long as it doesn't get me banned from YouTube. That's your gym setup.
Yeah, here, I'll give you a little.
Whoa, that's insane. That's your gym setup.
Yeah.
You are on the ban list of ever challenging me to a match. You are banned. How long did it take you to build that up?
Well, my dad used to weld and build weight equipment. And he helped me build a lot of it.
So if you don't know who JR is, he's actually, ironically, one of my favorite people in the chat, but we agree on nothing.
That's pretty much the size of it.
Oh, I love it. I'll be like,
yeah.
Hey, everyone, welcome to the show. 2 + 2 = 4. And then JR will go, Aussie, mate, I've actually worked out some quantum physics. And 2 + 2 = 5. And I'll be like, oh, nah. Anyway, what do you want to talk about, my man?
So I just literally got off work about an hour ago. Haven't had time to check, the videos and what's going on. What happened, and just, in short, what just happened between Devin and...
So Michael had gone on his live streams and said a couple of cheeky light things towards Devin. But this has been happening for a while. Michael has said Devin never wants a piece of me. He knows what happened at King of the Table. He'll be in chat saying his day's numbered. Good old awesome banter and whatnot. So Devin called Michael, and Michael picked up, and he said, I'll come. Let's have a match. And Michael said, I'm not coming to Canada. He said, that's fine. Let's have it in the next 4 weeks. I'm free the next 4 weeks. Michael said, I'm booked out every weekend. So then Devin said, and I'm paraphrasing, but then Devin said, well, you're going for the quest of 100. Let me know where you're going to be, and I'll come to you. And Michael was like, oh, no, because, Michael versus Devin again, you want the big money behind it, not just at a tournament. And then it started like building up. And then Michael said something along the lines like, "Don't ever call me again," and hung up on him.
Yeah, he just seems real emotionally unbalanced lately, ever since that loss. Even before that, even prior to that, he's been unhinged.
I think Michael is just. I remember speaking to Michael for the first time, and back then, and he was maybe 50,000 subs back then, 40,000 subs. Now he's like 100 plus. And he just says he really hates the like the negative talk, and he's a very proud man, so he always fights back. But when you do it for so long and read the comments, it can play on your mind. Like I know a few times when people started attacking my wife in the comments, I was it was keeping me up at night a couple of times, But yeah, I think he just yeah, I don't know with Michael, man. I don't know. I want him to have a big, massive win. I love the dude. I know not everyone does.
I do sympathize with him. I mean, but it seems like going into it, when you get on social media, you kind of leave room for that and open yourself up for it. I'm not saying it's all right and good, but or healthy for that matter.
Yeah.
And I just it just seems like my Monster Michael Todd, he's lost that edge he used to have, and I don't know if he can get it back or not. I mean, only he knows that. But
yeah, I think I could say I could agree that he's in a bit of a funk, and maybe that's what this quest to 100 is. Because okay, he's won maybe one out of his last 4 or 5 matches, but now going around, and just realizing he's still in elite level. So I wonder, if this is a really good confidence booster for Michael Todd. It was like the old thing back in the day. You're a Division 1 team, so you have practice matches against Division 3 teams to get your confidence back up.
right.
I'm guessing, JR. Your guess is as good as mine. Would you want to see Michael versus Devin again?
No.
No. Think about it, JR.
I mean, he decimated him.
I know a lot of people are agreeing with you, JR. I know a lot of people are agreeing with you.
I mean, he just decimated him. I mean, Devin's like on another level. And I don't really care for Devin, like, personally. I know it's really irrelevant, but Devin's really impressed me in his past couple matches. Even at his age, he's a couple years older than me, but, I can't imagine being that, at my competitive edge right now at my current age. You know what I mean? That's pretty spectacular.
Yeah.
And that says a lot about Devin. There's not too many people that can do that. Maybe John Brzenk, Dennis, and maybe 1 or 2 other guys that can compete into their, late 20s, 30s, and 40s and not really lose a step, figuratively speaking.
Yeah. Oh, mate, he ridiculously looked. When I met up with Devin in Ireland, he looked nothing short of amazing.
I know what I wanted to talk to you about. What about that Bowen match? You think he can win? All friendships aside,
It's going to be very hard. I think he can get a pin. I'm not sold if he's going to win. But we'll find out tomorrow. They'll both be on the show tomorrow.
I think that definitely favors him. That I don't. If I was Todd, I would get there a week before, to get acclimated, because I hear jet lag can play definitely a role
Yeah, it can. It definitely can. It definitely can. That's for sure. But it's. I think it would be interesting to see Ryan's kind of got no excuses because he has to travel 2 hours. You know, he's the one always traveling. He's the one always traveling. You know,
True.
he travels to Florida, to Turkey, to Dubai. Now he's feeling the strongest, looks good, and just has to go up the road.
I know in the past I've, not been the biggest Bowen fan, but for what it's worth, I just want to say, like, he kind of earned my respect when he came out and did that video and said, look, uh, basically just coming clean on doing all, everything that went on. I don't need to go into it.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's what I mean. He's focusing on an athlete now. So I think being an athlete and all that. So, yeah.
And I think he would have beat Chance. I mean, straight up.
I do. I thought he was going to win that. I thought he was going to win that one.
And even if he would have got maybe pinned once or twice, I think he would have held him and just wore Chance out. That's probably what would have happened.
Chance would have flashed him first round. Ryan would have caught him the second round and probably lost, and then Ryan would have won the next 4.
Yep. Who's going to win that Dennis John match?
Dennis. At this moment, I feel Dennis. I hope I'm wrong, but I might change my mind.
But I want Dennis to win, but John's been competing at an elite level, and he's been in every match that he's been in.
That's what I mean. Tomorrow I'll wake up and say John wins. So it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But no, thank you very much, my man, for coming on the show.
Yeah.
But most importantly, JR, thank you very much for your time and your constant support of the channel.
Thanks for having me on, Aussie.
Anytime, JR, you're always welcome. Keep disagreeing with me. I love it.
Right,
you're my guy. See you, buddy. All righty. The big leaguer. Before I introduce this man, I just quickly get to a couple of chats. Jonathan Peach with the super chat. Thank you very much, Peachy. He jumps in and says, would arm wrestling be boring without Devin beating Prudnick and Sanders? Drama with Jerry and Monster Michael Todd. No wonder he has 619,000 subs. He needs to be followed. Devin is the man. Devin is definitely the man. And so is Niagara Slammers, who gave out another membership. That takes his total to like 161 memberships he's given out to the Aussie Arm Wrestlers channel. So I appreciate it. What have we got here? I'll just quickly scroll down. But I've got, what do we call you? Are you race coach or like Neil Pickup's best friend?
On your page, on your podcast, I'm the big leaguer.
He's the big leaguer.
I was gonna see if you would big league me again.
So let me tell the story, guys. Let me tell the story. Of course, you know this is Doug, who absolutely demolished Coach Ray and ended the streak. So Doug reached out probably before Christmas, maybe in December, around December. And he was like, hey, man, like, thank you for what you're doing, for the arm wrestling. I think you're pretty cool. I'm available if you want to come on and, talk about my match and everything. And I was like, hell yeah. It's so much easier when the athletes reach out to me. Beautiful. Wrote it down on my paper. Then Christmas and my birthday happened. Then I was really focused on promoting Arm Wars. I may have been having a bit of trouble there, Dougie, with a promoter your way. Some behind-the-scenes stuff. But then Arm Gods was the week before. So obviously I didn't get any East versus West people on the show. Doug decimates Coach Ray. So I sent him a message. And then you went on Arm Gods. It was like, that Aussie man, he big leagued me.
Hey, look, I told Engin, and part of the whole match stuff is promoting it. So I was trying to make some rounds on some podcasts and whatnot. And you seem to have a pretty good following, and you always have fun on your show. So it seemed like a good one to come on. I know you had stuff going on, but it just leads to what's going to be forever. I will always and forever say that you big league me. So,
oh, that's your nickname for sure. That's if I ever call your match live or do a live commentary, it is the big leaguer, 100%.
This was a test, man. I'm trying to. I'll be pulling again here soon. I've got a couple things lined up. I can't really say until they're finalized, but I'm ready to get back. I just wanted to get on here and give you some shit.
Oh, that's how I love it. But one thing I do love, and I hope that a lot of people, a lot of athletes take a leaf out of Doug's book is like, I know it's not up to the athlete, it is up to the promotion. But if a promotion book you, do whatever you can to promote your match, to promote the event, because we were all gobsmacked to see what Doug did. And now, I mean, have you got heaps of matches booked because of what happened at East versus West?
Man, I've had a lot of offers. It's just I'm going through some personal stuff at home, so I'm trying to get this stuff out of the way. You know, it's stuff I can't really talk about, but we're once I get that resolved and out of the way, I've got some stuff lined up for the summer. Basically, I'm gonna. I train, like I said, I was only really working out for about 6 weeks when I went and pulled Ray. So I want to get like 3-4 months under my belt before I go really get somebody with some, you know, more substance to their, you know, to who they are. Somebody a little bigger.
Thank you once again. Uncle John and I get dunked on a lot for this, Doug, but you need to build, unfortunately, your social media presence to get more matches and things like that. It's all good, Doug. You can have 1,000 people call you out. That's fine. But where you're at now, and after your huge win, for a huge win at East versus West, it's like no disrespect to some of the athletes, but it's only backstepping your career if you pull the local number 5 down,
right.
You know, an hour down the road where you're like, okay, I've just beat Coach Ray. Do I stick and crush everyone in Latvia? Or, you know, am I chasing, you know, Tarasides and things like that?
See, it's like no disrespect to Ray, but I tried to explain to him the levels. He tried to tell me I didn't understand the levels, but I've pulled Europeans. I've been to Poland. I've pulled some that have come here. I know the guys that are at the high level here that can compete over there. So it's not like I didn't understand the level. He just didn't understand where I was before I left in 2016. So
no one understood.
Well, there was a big social media boom in between my time off and when I came back. So, you know, and I was never one of the legends like Jerry when he made a comeback, and John. I wasn't recognized like that. I mean, I was never at that level. So nobody knew me at that level. And
you were injured at WAL. You got injured during your match. So we don't know what would have happened.
Well, people don't understand, and I'm not making excuses. Tony won that match. I cut 47 pounds in 30 days for that match. My arm, I was so dry. I woke up the morning of weigh-ins 8 pounds over, bone dry already. I sat in the sauna for 5 hours to make weight. And I'll never make one. I don't want to make 165 ever again. If I did, it would be over a long period of time. But when I got the call to go to WAL, I was like 212 pounds, and I had to make 165. They didn't have a match. They didn't have a 200-pound match. So I was like, I'll make 165. I'll pull, you know, who do you want? Throw anybody at me. So no excuses. It sounds like an excuse, but the truth of the matter is I was absolutely drained and going through a lot of personal stuff too. My headspace wasn't there. So
I don't think it's an excuse, but I mean, how much of an understanding would people get, especially in the arm wrestling internet world now, if you like documented your 49 pounds or whatever, your 49-pound weight cut. So then when the injury did happen, everyone, you know, then you just get on and go, probably shouldn't have dropped 49 pounds.
I'd attribute it to the injury to a few things, because it wasn't just that. I was super dry. and that's going to bring some injuries anyway. I probably could have put some board shorts on and stepped on stage and won a competition at that point. You just asked Devin. I walked downstairs with my shirt off, and he was like, "What the fuck?" So I wouldn't even just attribute it to that. My mental space wasn't there. I pulled stupid, and then in the first setup, I had a bad strap. Tony's really good in the straps, and when he cinched and dumped, it buckled my wrist before the go. So I just committed to a flop, and then he kind of slid up into my fingers, so I had no palm connection. And when you ain't got a palm connection in a press and you're pressing with your fingers, you're not giving them much. So when I was surging, and then while I was pressing, and then when he surged, it just torqued on my pronator. I tore my pronator and my ulnar carpi. I finished the match. I was surprised. I surprised myself that I was able to even stop the match the next two matches, to be honest with you. I just couldn't go sideways. So, but yeah, no, that's behind me. But prior to that, I went 3-2 or 2-1 with Paul Talbot. That was the only matches I took a loss in like a 2 or 3 year span. So,
as Sup Dog's asking here, how often could you pull? Like, just say you got everything at home sorted. How often, some big matches could you pull?
It's possible I got something May, June, and July. So we'll see. I mean, I'd pull every month, honestly, if I had at least two weeks rest in between, 3 weeks in between. Man, I mean, I pull weekly and feel fresh every week, but obviously you want to take some time off in between a match. So I want to pull as much as I can. I really want to get at least 8 matches under my belt this year if I can.
Yeah,
including Ray.
Is you and the Walrus a possible match, Adam Warinsky?
I was 183 this morning, man. I work on a military base here, and they were doing the body composition test and like body fat and stuff. I was 6% body fat, 183 pounds, and I think I had 101 of SMM, the skeletal muscle mass. But like I'm light, man. I may look big. I've always carried my weight well, but Adam probably walks around at 215. I think he said 215. I wouldn't be surprised at 220 with his frame, unless he's just carrying it well, as well. But I mean, Adam, there's no reason in me pulling Adam. I mean, as far as one-on-one, because he'd have to cut enough and I'd have to put on enough for it to even make sense. So, I see the big leaguer versus Bama Bull thing. That's my best friend, man. That's him, Rob Vigent, and Paul Lynn are my 3 best friends in arm wrestling that I'll never pull, unless somebody threw a crazy amount of money, and we'd probably just split it and go 3-2 anyway.
Who would you want to pull? Who would you want to pull?
Over here, I mean, so I'm 183. I can make 176 tomorrow. So I think the number 176 guy is Jeff Hale right now. I've already beat him 5-0. So if I was going to jump on the rankings just to get in them in the U.S., it would probably be him. I don't want the number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guy. There's no reason. Whoever was in that one spot is who I want to pull, whether it be Luke Kent, I think, is 2, Dustin Hyatt 3. I don't know I think that's the order right now. So I just want the number 1 guy. If not, I don't even care about the rankings. I don't want to be on them.
There you go. That makes sense. There's nothing wrong with that. Like everyone says, they need to work their way up. I encourage anyone that wants, if you want the number 1 guy, just go for it. They'll say yes or they'll say no.
I've already beat him 5-0 in a match back in 2016, I believe. And there was no reason. I mean, there's no reason to me going after any of them guys because I would rather go. Honestly, I like the overseas stuff, man. I like being in Europe. If they came here, it'd be great too. But I like pulling guys that I'll never get a chance to pull again, probably. And somebody like I know me and Haristo have the guy, the shorter ref that's been reffing at East vs. West. We've spoken about pulling I called out Bozadar, so if I fucking get that match, I got to do it, right? If I call him out. So
Bozadar would be good.
Yeah, I wanted that to be kind of like possibly, one more match in between them or something. Just, I mean, I'm going to need some time. I'd probably be ready for him in a couple months, but I want to build my resume. I mean, he's built a good enough resume that if he does want the match, then obviously I would do it. If he doesn't think I deserve the match, I would understand, so.
There you go. Why don't you just message Bozadar? Just message him.
Well, we've spoken through a good friend of his messaged me and we talked, and he said he's interested for sure. So he said he wants it, but we'll see. I mean, I'm not stepping on anybody's toes and trying to make any match. Ingen's the best matchmaker that we've seen in quite some time. Him and Neil, they're like pretty damn good at doing it. So hey, hold up. I just realized a couple minutes ago you said something about. Did you say something about kissing Neil's ass or some shit when I first got on?
I just said that you were Neil's best friend.
I love Neil, man. Look, this is one thing you'll know about me, Aussie. If you become friends with me, I'm loyal to you until you fuck me, okay? Until you fuck me over. And I don't like people that are disloyal. That's my thing. Like, loyalty lasts forever, whether it was done 10 years ago or yesterday. It's all about loyalty. The only thing you got in this world is your word and your balls, and you ain't supposed to break them for nobody. It's point blank. If somebody does something for you and 10 years ago and they're good to you in that whole stretch and never have to do anything for you again, you just don't turn your back on them. That's all.
Everyone knows on this channel I'm the most loyal person. I mean, two of my best friends in the sport are two of the most hated people in the arm wrestling world, and that's Ryan Bowen and Uncle John, And when the chips were down and people were attacking him for no reason, I stood by them, and I stood strong and things like that. Yeah, I'm a loyal dude. I'm a loyal dude. I love
it. Got a lot of respect for it, man. Everybody's got their circle, so if somebody deviates from that circle, in my circle, I'm good with you. Once they show me they're not loyal to me.
Now, while that I've got you on here, and I'm only gonna be nice to you once, Doug. I'm only gonna be nice to you once, but now that I've got you on here, I will officially tell you, Doug, I'm sorry. I got it completely wrong at East versus West. I was wrong. Way wrong. Great win.
I'll pour you one of these next time I see you.
Yeah.
A big cup like this. Look, it's the cheap shit.
It doesn't matter. It still does the job. Does the job.
I'm broke, so I gotta drink the cheap shit. Look, no apologies. 87%. That was what I said afterwards. I'm fine with people doubting me because it put all the pressure on him. And to be honest with you, like I said, no disrespect to Ray, but I never thought he was up here. I wasn't worried about it at all. So I just sat back and watched the polls climb and waited for it to get at its peak so I could screenshot it and put it with a picture. I
was happy to be dunked on. But for me, like, I love doing predictions, and a part of me is awesome when I get them wrong, because when I was watching, I was like, Doug's been out for a while. Yeah, Coach Ray's in some pretty good form. Not a problem. Coach Ray wins. And then when he did it, I think I enjoyed it more than a lot of people because of the shock value that I got. I was like, wow, what? What happened there?
Look,
it's great.
I'll tell you this. A lot of the pre-match stuff was just me and Ray we talked a lot behind the scenes, man. I have no hard feelings towards that dude. So
no.
He's a good dude. He's trying to build his name in the sport, and he's got a big name. I mean, a lot of it's built off, his content, but he wins a lot of matches. And anytime you go 16-0, look, he beat Tom Holland, and that dude's steel, so, but it's, and Craig Sanders is steel, even though I know Craig was just coming back as himself after he didn't do shit during COVID and whatnot. But like I said, once you put your arm on the table, it's on the table. That's why I take my losses. No excuse. Tony beat me. And that's no shame to lose to that dude. That dude was number 176 for years on end. I mean, he's a stud. You know, when or if he ever decides to come back, he'll be right in the mix. But, you know, this is yeah, I don't want to take up your whole show, man. I know there's probably some people waiting in the background.
Yeah, I've got one guy. I think he's come back. He just ripped a bong, so I'll wait till that's not on his screen anymore. This is my job. I don't want to get demonetized. It was good having a chat with you, big leaguer.
Yeah, man. I just wanted to come on and give you some shit, and you know, we'll do it. We'll chop it up again another time, man. And I enjoy the show. All of y'all like, subscribe, click the like button. Stop fucking bullshitting. Get rid of the live chat. You go up to the corner if you're on your phone. Hit the X. Get rid of the live chat. Hit the like button and pull the live chat back up. So
you heard the big leaguer. Do it, or he'll beat you in a match.
Support this dude, man. He's good for the sport. So anyway, yeah, we'll catch up again soon.
Awesome, man. Good to see ya. Man, he's in shape, man. He's in shape. All right, I'm going to bring a couple of people. Jim Bob wants to come back in. And we've got the man whose last name I cannot stand because I can't say it fluently. Bartolota.
Hello.
How do you say your last name?
Exactly how you say it, Bartolota.
Bartolota.
Okay. Thank you for being courageous and willing to take it on every time.
Well, I have to say hi to everyone. I just think if you know, you guys give up what I feel is the most important thing. You guys give up your time. I mean, we've still got 170 people in the chat, so I want to make sure that I try and say hi to at least every single person once. And then your name comes in, and I'm like, damn you.
Well, thanks again. I really appreciate it. I caught something yesterday during your show with Uncle John that I was curious about, because it seemed like you both kind of had when you were talking about something that happened at King of the Table 1, you thought it might have happened behind the scenes, either before or after Devin and Michael's match. I just was curious as to, you know, why you guys were kind of making that. You didn't say anything specific, but just kind of like why you felt that way. And then I'll let you and Jim Bob go.
Michael has said stuff in the comments section.
Okay.
And on the show, like he knows, you know, and things like that. So, and he's, you know, every time King of the Table 1 gets brought up, Michael has mentioned in comments, he knows what's up. He knows what's up. I'm pretty sure he's mentioned it on my show. He hasn't got into any details, so I don't know the details there. But yes, the comments, the comments there were just straight from Michael.
Yeah, it seems like there, at a certain point, there was a love fest between the two of them, even after the match, and then somewhere along the lines, you know, there was, you know, something that happened. Maybe like you're saying, you know, it's what Michael's referring to about what happened there, and it's been a kind of a gradual veering away from it, and you know, Devin saying some things about, you know, how you know, he's in Michael's head, things like that, you know, and then, you know, talking about, and I'm not disagreeing with that at all. Like, I have no idea, just, you know, things that he wouldn't have said, you know, maybe, you know, a few months earlier. So I am curious as to what's going on behind the scenes and maybe what's continued since then. So yeah, well, we'll never know exactly, but I think the phone call today was pretty interesting. So
I thought that was hilarious. Silky Will gives the super chat, says Anthony bought a lot of candy. So you pronounce it. Thank you very much for the super chat. You dead set legend. Yeah, I thought the phone call was awesome today. I like fun stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they're both like grown men. They're both like grown ass dudes. So I'm sure it's all fine, and I'm sure they'll they'll work something out. I hope there's a match down the road.
Yeah, definitely down the road. Not real soon, but yeah, down the road.
It won't happen soon. Would you want to see the match, Anthony?
Yeah, it would have to be the right circumstances. You know, I wouldn't want to see it before Devin takes on, you know, Voda or Dennis, or, you know, I think there's a lot of other people first. That's for sure.
As a fan, definitely. Like, I love their love-hate, hate-hate, love-love relationship.
Right.
And we'll always love to see that rivalry go on. But yeah, when you think of everyone that's coming in and where arm wrestling's building now, then 100% you want to see Devin Vitale, Devin Morozov, Devin Hermes, Devin Dennis, Devin Jerry. You know, there's plenty of matches and not enough time, because the people we want to see in Devin is in his late 40s, early 50s. So we haven't got much time, especially the way these guys treat their bodies.
Right. Well, thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it. Always love the show. Take care.
Thanks again, Anthony, for always supporting, man. I really appreciate it.
No problem. Take care, guys. See you, Jim.
See you, mate. Jim Bob, you've put yourself on mute. Yeah, I tried to unmute you. Hey, Anthony's a cool dude. Bartolotas. Jim, let's have a chat with the Niagara. Oh, he's gone. No smoking on screen. Yeah. See if Jim Bob comes back. And Niagara again with another 5 memberships. Bloody hell. Niagara Slammers with another 5. That's 11 today. He did 75 yesterday and maybe 100 the other day. So for those that are just tuning in, it was a call-in show. We might have maybe one more call. So Silky Wilkie, today I'm just doing a call-in show. So if anyone wants to call in and have a topic they'd like to discuss, it was there. We won't go for too much longer. We've got 178 people in the chat. How many likes have I got? 113. Come on, guys. Let's bump them up. Nonya in the chat. How are you, Nonya? It is awesome. Everyone's interested in Jim Bob. Claude. Now, this was cool. Devin suddenly arriving at his garage again would be hilarious. Beer Man, maybe you should send Jim Bob a link for your show. You'll have fun. Let's see if his audio works. He's come back. Jim Bob, are you with us?
I'm with you.
Is that a normal cigarette?
No. I smoke 4 at a time, man.
As long as it's a normal cigarette, because this is my full-time job. I'm not getting demonetized.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
We're good. But then we got the suspect.
Get that off the cake.
No. Listen, I just want to throw out a challenge. You know, I live in Barrie, 37. Let's go. I weigh about 220 right now. Hard as fuck. Let's go. I know Evan's in the chat, Beer Man. I can't step to that.
He loves you.
I can't step to that boy. But I know his little brother, I will whip his ass. Ah! Look at that.
Yeah, you'll definitely need to be on the Beer Man show. Beer Man, you need to send Jim.
Let's go.
Jim Bob, how can Beer Man get a hold of you?
I need some fights, boys. I got a lot of childhood issues that I need to get out on the arm wrestling table, which means trouble for everybody.
Yeah. How long have you been training for?
6 months about. But before I even knew about arm wrestling, first of all, this hand and wrist, see that knuckle? See that knuckle right there? That's a big boy. This hand and wrist has been doing hardcore manual labor for the last 13 years. It's been broken like 3 times, so I don't even know. I got maybe one good pull. but I will fuck somebody up with that one pull. So
There you go.
but I'm by myself and Barry. Nobody I know arm wrestles. You know what I mean?
Have you jumped on Arm Bet?
Yeah, arm bet's dead. It's useless. It's fucking garbage.
Okay. Well, there you go.
If you live in Barry anyway, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I've messaged people and whatnot, but you know, nobody wants to fucking arm wrestle apparently on arm bet. They're just there to fucking TikTok and Facebook and shit. You know what I mean?
Now this is what I was going to say. You sound a lot like Gary Roberts.
I don't know. I just heard myself when I was on earlier, and I didn't realize I sounded like that. So I'm already fucked up. You know what I mean?
No, it's good. You could be like Gary Roberts ordered on Wish. This guy and Beer Man have to be related. So if anyone's in Canada and can help this guy out with some training or a match, David says, "Where do you live again? I'll crack you."
Barry, boys, South End, Mapleview. Let's go.
There you
I'm
go.
just looking for friends that want to arm wrestle. You know what I mean? With the occasional fight in the middle.
Yeah.
You know, just to keep it spicy.
So here you go. This is what I like about a call-in show. In an hour, go to Evan's channel. He'll send you the link, I think in the description, and you'll be able to get on there. And he'll help you out because Evan's one of the biggest names in Canada. So he'll get you a match and help you out. And he'll want to drink beers with you. He thinks you're right up Evan's alley.
Just wait until my tooth's pulled. Then the beers really start flowing.
There you go. When will that happen?
I don't know. When I get money.
So he needs to win matches.
Yeah. Anyways, Ozzy, I'm sorry, dude. I'm getting a little too drunk for YouTube. I'm gonna let you go here, bud.
You're a superstar, mate. Thanks for calling in again. Hey, but that's what I like about it. You come in, you be yourself, and now Evan's going to help you out. That's what.
Well, you just became my only friend, so congratulations. I'm going to be calling you a lot recently.
Yeah, it's wicked, man.
Yeah, take care, man.
Take care. How good's Jim Bob? Hey, how cool's Jim Bob? I thought that was cool. You know what I mean? Like, we're all different, but we all have that one crazy thing in common, and that's arm wrestling. And if I can help Jim Bob get a match, and thank you, Evan. So hopefully Jim Bob's not passed out. Yeah, there you go. That is funny. Hey, also, so yep, you got to thank Niagara Slammers and Mr. Percolay. You've won a membership. Yep. Too late. Sorry, Evan. I didn't see that. Message him on Facebook. Yeah, crap. Sorry, Evan. I just missed that to join the show. Jim Bob, if you're back in the channel, if you're back listening, message Evan Burgoyne on Facebook. Hey, I think we've just found a little bit of a cult hero. Evan, no. What the F? So we go from Beer Man in Love. Haha, what a guy. That's what we love about the call-in show, Timmy Turner. You'll have to call in one day, my man. We'll have to call in one day. Ozzy is his first only fans. Waiting for your video. The person that's in the call, I can't see a video. So we'll see. We'll wait till I can get a video. Misery loves company. That's right. We don't like to be alone. What else have we got? Put a poll up of how many misdemeanors Jim Bob has. Sarah, where's your video? Sarah, where is your video?
I'm back.
Are you with us, Sarah? Are you with us?
Yeah, I don't know where my video is. So weird. Hold on. I'll come back.
Sarah, so there you go. Hey, of course, I forgot because yesterday was Valentine's Day in Australia. So today, for just about everyone else, happy Valentine's Day. Hey? Now you are talking. Get one for me. Get one for me. I've got the perfect game for it. Thank you, Swisher. Can you get a screenshot and send it to me? That's hilarious. So we might wait and have our final caller. So Jerry's supposedly going to put a response soon on YouTube. So I'll be liking that. Thank you, Richard. Really love that you and everyone else are enjoying the show. This call-in show's gone a lot better than what I thought. We found a cult hero in Jim Bob. He's been in the chat. He's been awesome. He's that's cool. I'm Jim Bob's first friend, and we'll get him more. That's for sure. That is for sure. Hey, before we'll see if Sarah can come back on the show. Some updates tomorrow. Ryan Bowen, Toddzilla on the show. We're going to talk about their match live. Then live the next day, a little bit earlier than usual, I'm going to have the two gentlemen that are running AWE, Matt Connolly and Dave Stockbridge, and we're going to go through the rest of the card of all these mega Australian matchups. Well, get your video to work, Sarah. Get your video to work. Get it sorted. The people want you on here. They want you on here. I'll stay on for another 5 or so minutes, Sarah. See if you can jump back on. Timmy Turner. That's all we've talked about. It is brilliant. So tomorrow, Ryan Bowen, Todd. The day after, we're going to break down the rest of the card. So if you see Josh Barker in the comments, he's got a match. So Josh Barker's the number 1 70 kilo in Oceania, and he's taking on the number 1 80 kilo in Oceania. I saw these two pull in Sydney last year. When was that? About August, Josh? And it was unreal. That'll be a match. Huge potential to steal the show. How you going, Tanner? How you going, mate? What else have we got? There we go. Sarah, don't hit join prematurely. Make sure you're in camera view. Okay. So hopefully, you're talking about Chris Gobby, I think. Who was that Chris guy that used to be on Ryan Bowen's channel? He was in bottom 8. Yeah, Chris Gobby. He pops up on Facebook from time to time. I don't know where he's really at the moment. Go, Josh Barker, says Josh Barker. Who else is on the pay-per-view that you've heard of? Mario Tambakis, I've had on the show a bit. Mario's on the show. Mario's on the card. Out of people that you would have heard of, that's probably it. Like, you got Josh Barker versus Taron Broad, Mario Tambakis versus Guntars, Lachlan Carpenter's pulling against Brett Coots. Maybe you've heard of those two. Maybe if you, I'll resend the link. I'll send it to your Facebook, Sarah. So they're telling you to wait before you press join. Go to JR's comment. I'm going to type in your name. Okay. All right, I've tried that now. So hopefully Sarah will join back in. Now, where was I? What were you guys saying? No, because I can quickly kick people off the show, Corey. I can quickly kick people off the show. So I wouldn't get the, for what just happened then, I don't think it would get demonetized straight away, but I may get like my ad revenue held down. So it doesn't take anything away from super chats or memberships, but yeah. We've spoken about it. We have spoken about it. Can we get a poll on what Jerry's excuse will be? Oh, man. When is the AWE pay-per-view and how would you buy it? It's the same day as King of the Table. Maybe maybe 9 or 10 hours earlier, and you got to be a pay-per-view member of the Ryan Bowen channel. And please, guys, please. Please, what was I going to say? Yes, we will see Levan compete more than twice. Better scroll down. I'll just, if freedom is the future, the Snorkel Underwear Arm Wrestling League is an entertainment ecstasy. No table swimming, just strength for side pressure. My brain is exploding, says Silky Wilkie. Thank you very much for the super chat, Silky. It is really appreciated, and I will happily be vice president of the SWA League that you start off, Silky Wilkie, you dead set legend. Speaking of dead set legend, she's joined me on Valentine's Day over there.
Hello. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Sarah.
Perfect.
Sarah Lightning Latona.
How's it going?
I am going fantastic. I had a beautiful Valentine's Day yesterday. I had Niagara Slammers buy 75 memberships for people, and Mr. Percolate bought 50 for people. And the fact that almost 200 people are tuning in today,
That's awesome.
I love arm wrestling.
Me too.
I know you do, because finally you have another match book.
I do.
Booked.
Yeah. Yep. With Sarah Latona. So she is the number one in not rankings, but ratings right now with the airs system.
Yep.
So, and I am number 2. So Corey got a hold of both of us and was like, hey, do you guys want to do a match with each other in July? I was like, yep, 100%.
And so when's that happening?
July 28th, I believe. Either July 28th or July 29th. It's for the Wyoming State.
Okay, Wyoming State. So pencil that in, you dead set legends. We're going to see Sarah Latona become number 1 in the ratings.
Yes.
So how does that work? Best of 5, best of 7, first to 100, first till their arm drops off?
That would be awesome if it was. I think we are doing best of 5, I believe.
Yep.
I believe we're doing best of 5. Yeah.
What's your preference? What's your preference? Like if you got to pick the round setup.
I like best of 5 or best of 6. Those are that's what I like to do. Yeah, there we go. July 29th.
So Ron Bush, the dead set legend.
Yeah. So that's what I like to do. Even for me personally too, I actually enjoy the super matches more than I do going to a tournament.
I prefer super matches.
So,
I'm super matches. Yeah, I'm with you there.
I like super matches definitely more because you can focus on one person. Not that you can't focus on just getting yourself better. But for me, I like doing the super matches more.
Well, for me, I like super matches, one, because they're relatively more even. Like, if the right people pair you up, it's relatively more even. And if you're someone like me, because I don't compete in tournaments much, so my ranking is really low. So in the first round of every tournament, I'm going up against first, second, or third, who are, elite in Australia. So it's like, I just got to wait for the B side almost. Like, I'll give it a crack. But yeah, I like it at I like super matches because I'm slow. So all right, Sarah gets me, and I'm like, oh, okay, I think I found something. I'll go this way, and then I might be able to. Well, maybe not you, but someone weaker, I might be able to. I might be able to take. Mr. Percolay, everyone was enjoying you yesterday. Mr. Percolay's from Australia. He dropped 50 memberships yesterday, but he's still got to catch up to Niagara Slammers, who dropped. He's dropped 100.
I was going to say he did 100, right?
Zeus. Yes, Sarah's on the show. No need to tell everyone. They can tune in if they want to watch.
Hi, Zeus. Hi, Zeus.
I would have. I was going to do a poll. Who would win between you and the other Sarah? But I would just get angry if people didn't vote for you. So I'm not putting.
Oh no.
No.
They can definitely vote for her. She's definitely a force to be reckoned with. So, hey, I would definitely. Yeah, why not?
But keep me.
Why not?
Kate. Well, we talk all the time, so I shouldn't say keep me posted. But we'll definitely get you and Sarah on the show closer to the match.
Yeah, for sure.
And we'll see if we can pump that up. Timmy Turner, yes, this is Jason's wife, or should I say Sarah's husband. So it's yes, which they are on later on today with Bill Collins.
Yep.
How come you never pop on the show?
Because I'm the one in the background doing all the sound and everything like that. So if I wasn't there, it would probably go to shit. No, they would figure it out if I wasn't there. But yeah, I'm the one that does all the sound and everything, and the little chimes and stuff like that. That's me. I pay attention if people are like, hey, this person's loud, can you turn them down? Like I watch the chats. Like I'm kind of in the background when it comes to that stuff.
You're the nucleus holding it all together.
Yeah.
Because you're the one that will probably organise all the guests as well, wouldn't you?
I'm typically the one that goes out. Sometimes Jason and Brandon do, but yeah, I'm the one that focuses more on getting the guests and telling them like what time they come on and all that stuff, like their emails, everything like that. I'm the one that does that. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. I mean, besides me, clearly, who has been either yourself or Brandon and Jason have just really loved having on, and you guys are like, that was a kick-ass show?
Actually, one of my favorites was probably Travis Bajan.
Oh, he's everyone's favorite.
Yeah,
all you have to do is just go, hey, everyone, here's Travis.
Yeah. Yeah. So Travis was probably one of my favorites. I'd have to say I do love having Tim Talmadge on.
Yep.
Because he's been everywhere as well. And especially because he is my sponsor. Him and Kayla are. So
yeah.
I do like having them on as well. And Tim is just such a wealth of knowledge when it comes to arm wrestling and stuff like that, which we just found out today that from Tim, which I don't know if it has been out or not, but Tim is also a ref for King of the Table as well. I had no idea. He told it. He said it this morning, and I was like, have I been living under a rock? Like, what? So Tim will be there with Bill, which is awesome for King of the Table.
Yeah, it's cool, and I get to hang out.
Yeah.
With him. He was at the last one.
He's such a cool guy, Tim is. Oh my gosh.
Hey.
Where's your video?
Hey, I'm a very busy man, so I can really only say one thing to both of you. Are you ready to hear it?
What's that?
Yeah. I love it.
There you go.
I love it.
For those that don't know, Sarah's nickname is Lightning. It's Sarah Lightning. Latona, and the first time Uncle John tried to do a lightning noise, it came out like that. So it is our ongoing
It was
joke.
awesome.
So whenever Sarah
It
jumps
was
in the
awesome.
chat, it has to happen. So apologies for butchering your badass nickname.
Oh no, I'm perfectly fine with it. That's what Jason said the other day too. He was like, are they making fun of you? I was like, I don't really care if they are.
No, we're not.
I love it.
We're making fun of Uncle John. We're
Uncle
making fun
John trying to do it.
That's right. Yeah, Jason. As if
I love
I'd
it.
make fun of Sarah. You guys have been supporting me since like day one, even before day
Yeah.
one. You guys have been
Yeah,
supporting me. The last time, I'm not like other channels. I don't ruin friendships just to get views. No, it was Uncle John's terrible impersonation.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
That's the best now.
I think I'm gonna make it as like my texting sound. So whenever anybody texts me,
No, you'll hate it really quick. So July, you're pulling hopefully the number one rating.
yes.
And what other matches are coming up?
I don't specifically have another match, but I am going to Washington State. Or not Washington State. I don't know if it's Washington. It's the East versus West
Qualifier. Yep.
In Washington in March. So I'll be doing that. And then we'll see from there. So
you'll be winning that. You'll be winning that, not doing that. You'll be winning that.
It is.
So how does that go? So you turn up in April, turn up to Washington, you win. Then what? Does that automatically make you to East versus West? Does that then you go to another qualifier?
Yeah. So what it is these are all qualifiers, and then this one is in March. So this one is in a few weeks, March 4th. So Tim is flying Jason and I out there so that we can be a part of it. And then after you it's the top two. So the top two, from what I believe, the top two in all of the East-West qualifiers go to the finals. So there is a finals that you go to, and whoever wins that, you could potentially be on East versus West. Yeah, so it's a qualifier first, then a finals.
Yeah.
And then it goes from there.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay. So you've got that. You've got Sarah. Surely the phone's got to be ringing. Like, no.
No. Well, because you have to understand too that the first time people have ever actually seen me, most people, is on Monster Factory. Yeah. I don't really go to that many tournaments because of finances, because of work, because of stuff like that, because I have a job where it's literally two of us that are taking care of a gym. It's hard to get time off. So I don't go to tournaments a lot, and I'm not a big tournament person. I don't like sitting for 5 hours and then arm wrestling and then sitting another 3 hours and then arm wrestling. I'm just not the biggest fan of tournaments, but if we go, I end up having fun. It's not like I don't have fun. I love arm wrestling. But I would definitely, that's one of the biggest things why people don't know that much about me, is because I'm not at a lot of tournaments.
Yeah.
So I get it from that standpoint. But it is nice that, Corey Miller is having Sarah and I for the Airs Super Series. It's the first one. So we will be the first for the 135 class.
Yeah.
Which is great, because most of the time when I go to like this East versus West is 0 to 154. So I've got women that are dropping from 170 to 154.
So big business.
And I'm 138 right now.
Get eating.
For me, yeah, right. That's what everybody keeps saying. Everybody's like, "Oh, you just get bigger." I'm like, yeah, but I like being fit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that then.
I just have to get stronger. That's it.
Yeah. Well, you got some good training partners where you're at. I mean,
Yeah,
Jason's no slouch training with
No.
Brandon. He might know a
No.
thing or two about getting stronger. So
Yeah. No,
that's,
I've got great people in my corner. I mean, Lachlan has helped me before too. So I mean, if I reach out, I can get the help that I need if I reach out, which is great. I love being able to have people like that in my corner. Being able to have like, it's so funny. I haven't posted it because I just haven't posted it. But after my match with Rebecca, I instantly got a message from Sarah Backman. She texted me. I got a video message from Jody and Devin Larrett about my match. Like I've had multiple people that have been in my corner, and it's so awesome to be in the sport at this time because we are able to do that. We are able to talk to, the best in the world and get help.
yes.
And that's what I
You're
love
very
about
lucky.
Yeah.
Very lucky.
like
That's
being in the sport at this time. Like they didn't have this when it first started. You
No.
weren't able to go to the best and talk to them. Like you just met them. at
No
tournaments.
other sport does it. No other sport does it and says, "Oh, hey, yeah, you can't message Steph Curry or
No.
Kevin Durant right now and say, hey, bud, can you just give me your top 3 best ways to shoot a basketball?
I just need some help.
Yeah, can you give us a chop out?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going from there. Well, how can we get you matches then? How can we get you matches?
I just have to keep doing them. Honestly, it's time for people to see me, time for people to follow my journey, time for, it's one of those things where I would rather have it take time than only be in the sport for a short amount of time.
Yeah.
If you get what I'm
I know exactly what you're bloody saying. I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
So for me, I'm good with the matches that I have now. Rebecca and Michael also want me to come back for Monster Factory 5. So we'll see how that goes.
Monster
that
Factory,
would be awesome.
Because Monster Factory 4's the next one, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
See, that's 2 weeks too early.
Oh, because when is it? May
11th, I think I'm allowed
May
in.
11th. Yeah.
Yeah, found out through a tennis website.
You should be allowed in now, but whatever.
Let's not go down that rabbit hole. Everyone's
not
enjoying
going to go
themselves.
down that rabbit hole.
But guys, for those, because every time you come on the show, Sarah, you get a lot of very nice messages. You know, people always love seeing you. So what people really need to do, if you want a more personal experience, is go follow her on Instagram.
Yeah.
Because sometimes Sarah goes live on the treadmill for 15, 20 minutes.
I do.
While she's warming up, because I've jumped in there a couple of times just to say g'day before I have to go. So it's up here, guys. Mrs. Latona. Yes, she is married to an awesome dude, so back off. Mrs. Latona _ sport. So if you want to follow her journey, this is the best place to do it. At Sarah there. And all the stuff there. She lifts, she pulls, she wants arm wrestling to be amazing. She even pulls in costume over here.
I do.
And
my
she does
entire life has been.
And she does like funny stuff over here as well. Which is some cool stuff. And then look at that, eh? This one over here. Not bad. Just 3 of the quickest pins ever. But go support Sarah. Hey, guys, we might go for a couple more minutes and then we might wrap up the show. Thank you, everyone, for joining us so far. We're trying to book Sarah in more matches. So Hopefully, because you're on the West Coast, aren't you?
I am. Yep, I am.
So if anyone's out that way, I'm trying to. I don't. You know better than me, so I wouldn't know anyone that would have matches, let alone, unfortunately, women matches. Because that's the thing. Like, we can all sit there and go, you know, if Jason wanted a match, we could list off
You can
40,
just
50
handpick
people. Yeah, and happen. But
Yeah.
you know, because you may have to go interstate every single match, you know,
Yeah.
and leave because in Vegas, you guys are in Vegas, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I want to come visit as well. Love to just hang out at Vegas.
I actually did see a question that someone asked.
All
They
right.
asked if I prefer inside or outside pulling. I pull both. So I don't.
From Silky Wilkie, there it is.
Yeah. So I don't specifically focus on one. I have been told that I am pretty strong inside, and it's hard to pull me out from my inside position. But I don't prefer one or the other. It depends on who I'm going against to what I use, basically.
So there you go.
I don't prefer either one.
If anyone's got any questions for Sarah, quickly drop them in the comments because I just want to do one more thing before Sarah goes. Everyone knows I love a bit of, it's either polls or screen sharing. But she also has a YouTube channel.
I do.
So go over and help out Sarah. This number here is a crime. That should be 18,400. But if you can, it's just at Sarah_Latona. Type in. You actually have to type in the word lightning. If you go Siri, take me to Sarah Latona's YouTube channel, I think your phone just might blow up. But you've got to get over. Go to a YouTube channel. She's going to start doing more content, and hopefully soon, rumor has it, someone might be even dabbling in their own podcast. Have I said too much? I think I've said too much.
Yeah, no, you're good. I want to start. I want to start a podcast that focuses more on the women of arm wrestling, because not many podcasts do interview women. It's mostly the guys, and I get it. It's a man's sport. But I really do want to get something out there more for the women. I want to show that we are athletes. I want to show that we do train like the guys do. That to some of us, it's not just a hobby that we do. It's something that we love. Not that a hobby isn't something that you love to do, but we train very, very hard for it. Very, very hard. So that's what I want to do.
Absolutely. I'm just pinning your YouTube channel to the top of the comments. So hopefully people
thank you.
People go there. So just
so
seeing
much.
if anyone's got any last minute questions for you. There you go. Do you just want to re-explain this one for the heathen?
I think Nightmare asked one as well. What's the rating, not ranking system? Oh, okay. So a lot of people think that the air system is a ranking system. It is not a ranking system. It is a ratings system. So every time you get first, second, third in those tournaments, you get points. So they go towards your points. So the people that you see, it kind of coincides with how many tournaments you go to, how many super matches you've been in. Your points start adding up. So when people are like, oh, I'm ranked in the top 20 in America, I'm like, no, your ratings are in the top 20. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're ranked in the top 20. It just means that you've gone to a lot of tournaments. Now, once everybody starts going to more tournaments and everything like that, it'll start showing up more like a ranking than a rating.
Yeah.
But because like some people are in the top 20 but have only been to one tournament. So they've got first place at one tournament and they're already in the top 20 because of the points they've gotten from getting first place.
Yeah, and we're trying to get as much data as possible as well. So there you go, the Heathen.
Yeah.
The Nightmare, Dan Schwartz. So Sarah, what's your recovery regimen look like in a prep for a match/tournament?
Okay, so for me, I give myself probably the shortest amount of time I've ever given myself before a tournament or a match was 10 days to rest. Sometimes I've gone 2 weeks. Sometimes I've gone 3 weeks. Right now, I'm about 3 weeks out from March 4th. So what I will do is I will still train my lifts in the gym. I will still be doing all of that in the gym. The only thing that's different is I will not be doing hard arm wrestling table time practice. So what I will do is I get on the table with Jason and I go through the motions. I go through where I need to hit, where everything needs to pull. Like it's very intricate when it comes to stuff like that. Jason is the best coach I could have asked for. He is hands down the best I've ever had.
Easy on the eyes as well, Jason.
Yeah,
I think Jason's a very handsome man, so that certainly helps.
He's very handsome,
and it helps that helps that. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it can backfire when couples work together and things like that. So even though I probably shouldn't have, made a little joke, I think it's great to hear that it's actually going the positive way, that he's the best coach, and I'm sure you two butt heads, but
100% we butt heads when we train, but he knows exactly where I need to train and how I need to train. That's why he's the best when it comes to my training.
There you go. Fossil Dice says, how easily can Sarah beat Ryan Bowen? Sarah is whooping Ryan 6-0 in a best of 3. That's how dominant it'll be. That's how dominant. Cybergun sub to your YouTube channel. Says not on Instagram, but sub to YouTube. Robert Kelly.
Oh, thank you.
What up, legends? Uncle John looks different. Because I always have Uncle John on the show. Robert Kelly is a superstar. Silky Wilkie with a super chat says, Sarah, when you are pulling, you should paint your thumbnail, don't cap me, or no cap. You should just paint messages, or just have eat a big bag of dicks or something. I don't know. Just that would really put them off.
Just something that.
You should paint. You look fat in those jeans. And then they look down and then they were like,
That's
"What?"
Good. Or maybe I'll just put it how Devin has it. You look fat in those jeans, right on my hand.
That would be brilliant. You just come up to the table.
Just come up to the table like this.
Yeah, that would be so good. That'd be so good. Thank you very much, Silky Wilkie, for your super chat. I'm just double checking. Make sure. So we're going to wrap up the show here, guys. I might get Sarah to hold on the line just quickly when we go off air. Only if you have time, Sarah. But
I have time.
In 17 minutes, Evan Burgoyne is going live. So get over there. Tell him Sarah and the Aussie Arm Wrestler sent you. Then in 2 hours and 45 minutes, your morning BJ. Yeah. Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hour. No, 2 hours and 45 minutes.
It's usually 2:30. It's usually 2:30 p.m. my time, where they'll have Bill Collins, the head referee at King of the Table 4. He's going to be the head referee at King of the Table 6, teaming up with Tim Talmadge. But then what you got to do is you got to get in there and say, "Hey, we want Sarah. We want Sarah in the chat. We got to get in there. We want more on there." Guys, also, don't forget, tomorrow, Ryan Bowen and Todd Zilla on the show. And then 24 hours after that, I'm live again this week. You know, I go nuts before a big event. I've got the owners of AWE, where the Ryan and Todd match is happening, and we'll break down the rest of the card, plus all heaps of videos. So thank you all so much for supporting Sarah and the Aussie Arm Wrestler, and we'll see you Dead Set Legends next time. Oh, the double.